As a child, I had a lot of dreams. But as I grew up, I realized that maybe, just maybe, following in the footsteps of Dhoni was not my cup of tea. So I channelized my interests and accordingly chose a discipline and worked for it. I know that we all have certain goals in our lives that we want to achieve. They might be personal goals, professional goals, or even financial goals. So today we are going to discuss how to set proper financial goals. I mean, believe me when I say this, that your future self will thank you for setting proper financial goals today itself. So, what are these financial goals? Well, your ambitions regarding your own money can be called as financial goals. Why do you set them then? Well, you need to achieve certain goals in your lives. Am I right? For that purpose, you obviously need money. So, better planning of this money will lead to better outcomes. Now, how do you plan for these goals? Well, the first and most important thing to remember is that you need a plan in place and you need to mobilize financial resources properly. And what is the duration of these goals? Financial goals can be short term, say, such as paying for down payment of your car, or even long term, like planning to buy your dream house. So, then what to avoid while setting these goals? Well, firstly, sometimes we tend to make these goals quite overambitious. This might not really work out for you and might even be counterproductive. Take the example that I just gave you a while ago, that I wanted to become a world class cricketer. Well, I really didn't like cricket that much, and my interest was primarily in social sciences or technical sciences. Therefore, the opportunity cost of me pursuing something that was outside my interests was quite big. Similarly, you must want to set your goals realistically, because if your objectives are too lofty or unreasonable, then you might easily get demotivated. If you lose motivation, you might feel frustrated and also sometimes might feel as if you are a failure. This might even lead to you giving up the pursuit of achieving your financial goals. Lastly, setting up vague goals or goals which are not easy to track or measure can also lower down your morale. I mean, the goal like I want to become fit can be given up quite easily. But if you reframe the goal as I would like to lose 6 kgs or I would like to run a half marathon, this kind of a goal is more quantifiable and easy to track. Then how do you set these goals? You need to be smart about them. Like really, SMART, smart, where each letter represents a magic concept. So let's look at that. Firstly, S stands for specific. Your goal should be simple to comprehend and should be able to help you to maintain focus so that it is obvious at the same time and specific too. For example, wanting to save enough money to build a house by 40 years of age and not sometime after marriage. The next letter M stands for measurable. The objective should be measurable so that it is easy to monitor your progress and also to determine whether you have succeeded in achieving your goal or not. For example, using an expense tracker to track your spending so that you can realize your goal of saving a certain amount of money each month or each quarter or every year. Then comes A, which stands for attainable. Your goal should be practical and achievable at the same time by taking into account your resources and as well as limitations. For example, if you are earning rupees 30,000 per month and considering all your expenses, if you say that my goal is to save rupees 7,000 per month, then that goal is attainable. But if you say that I want to save rupees 25,000 per month, then that becomes overly ambitious considering your expenses regarding accommodation, food and recreation. R is for relevant. Your goal or the purpose behind your goal should be in line with your values and your identity and your long term goals. I mean, why to spend on a gaming laptop when you haven't even played a single video game on a console? Lastly, T stands for time bound. Your goal should be time bound so that you can check whether you have achieved it or not within the stipulated time that you had decided at the start. Using the SMART criteria, you can set goals which are more likely to be achieved. Why? Because they are more focused and more actionable. This kind of a method is especially useful for setting financial goals because the base of these goals, that is money, is itself quantifiable and has a fixed value. Therefore, I hope that you have now understood the process of goal setting. Now it is time to align your budget with this process. Let's see that in the next video. Now go be a goal digger. If you have liked this video, then do drop a like. To see more such informative videos and to know more about finance, do subscribe to Spring Money. This is Rohit and see you in the next one.